Okay, I just want to do a little video just to clarify and finish something because I don't want to dwell on it. It's negative, and I don't hate being involved around negative things. I done a debate with a brother called Mehdi, live streamed on his platform a few days ago, and it's not my thing. I said at the time it's not my thing. I didn't want to do it that way, and the brother's very controversial. He speaks out a lot about single mums, divorcees, green pills, red pills, all this sort of thing. And he's followed by, I would say, without being disrespectful, more younger Muslim brothers, maybe a little bit impressionable, that sort of thing. So anyway, how it come around was that some people that know him, they asked me, they spoke to me, they contacted me, they spoke to me and said, look, bruv, you know him, you're from his town, why don't you speak to him privately and just try and advise him, just try and sort of have a conversation with him and advise him, which I'd thought about doing before. It wasn't like they put that thought into my head. I already sort of thought about doing it, but I thought he was too far gone to reach, That was my initial impression of him. So I thought, you know what, they said it to me, so I sent out a voicemail to the brother. I had his number in my phone, even I hadn't contacted him for some time, some years maybe even. But I sent him a voicemail inviting him round my house to come round, have something to eat. I stressed that it wouldn't be an interrogation or a lecture or anything like that. It'd just be me and him catching up, having a bite to eat, things he can definitely help me with. And, some things I wanted to say to him. So he replied to this message that I sent him by saying he doesn't have time. Maybe in his calendar, his diary, he could do it at the end of the month. And then 2 or 3 minutes after that, he texts me saying, why don't he's got a better idea. Can we do it live? I considered this. I didn't really want to do it that way because it's not my thing and it's his thing. And I spoke to a few brothers and they advised me against doing it on the grounds that it's his thing, it's his platform. He has a very well-rehearsed argument and he'll control it. You're in his house, you're on his platform, so he can, throw you curveballs. He can put things into the conversation that just take you by surprise, that are not really relevant to what you're talking about. He can, put stats and studies out there without having to clarify, because no one's sharing this conversation, this debate. It's just on his terms. So he knows all the tricks of the game, which is fair enough. I don't, because I don't play games. Okay, I'm just me. I'm just real. Okay, so I considered this. It would probably be a bad move for me. Okay, but when I did look at it and I thought to myself, if I can get a message out there, even a little bit, and I knew it would be on his terms and, all his people, but if there was some young Muslim men, impressionable Muslim men, that would take something out of it and think to themselves at some point, yeah, hold on, the older brother was right. Maybe we are a bit extreme on this point of view. Maybe we do need to stop looking at red pills and blue pills and just stick to the Quran and Sunnah. Maybe there's some Muslim sisters out there that are divorced with kids and, for whatever reason, it's individually, innit? Thought, no, not all Muslim men are on this anti-woman thing. Some of us Muslim men are balanced. Some of us Muslim men, I'm traditional. I'm not in no way a feminist. Don't get mistaken. I'm very traditional. But some of these Muslim men will support us. They will speak up and be balanced. You know what I'm saying? So I thought, I'm prepared to be embarrassed. I'm prepared to be put in a weaker position if that message can get out there to those people. Sometimes it's very easy to win a debate with somebody, but lose the person or lose the people. Sometimes for your iman, for your pride, for your deen, you have to be prepared to be a little bit humbled sometimes and put yourself in a position where you could look weaker. So I had the debate. Probably I knew I would be emotional because we're talking about emotional topics. To me, I'm very protective over women and children, as I think it's a natural disposition to be. But the brother's very cool, calm and collected. And like I said, he has very slick at debating. Okay. I've given my advice to the brother off camera. I've given my advice to him off camera. I've given my advice to him on camera because we went off camera, off live. Sorry, on camera, but not live. So I give my advice to him after debate had finished. Since then, he's put up video. Well, he's taken the video that we done and split it into little sections, as put up different sections. And obviously, it's me sort of saying something, then him having a minute and a half of his premeditated ramble and answer to me, and then me not being able to answer it again. Because I find that a little bit strange to do that, bruv. People, everyone, because you can tell I'm only used to talking to men, because it's just, I don't know, it just strikes me as a strange way to behave. So my two main points were this, and he had a debate with another brother, Gabriel, on another platform, I think called The Three Muslims. And the two main points, Gabriel pretty much said the same stuff, although in very different styles. Brother Gabriel was much more intelligent and articulate than me. But we said the same. My 2 points were this, without dragging this video on for the next 100 years, okay? Firstly, his words, his terminologies and his language to talk about and describe women are disgusting. They're atrocious. I work on building sites, construction sites. Yes, I expect to hear that type of stuff there. I don't expect to hear it from a Muslim brother talking about Muslim sisters. It's disgusting. And I don't even want to repeat it to give you an idea of what he says, because I'm not going to perpetuate that bullshit, okay? The other problem that I have is, and you know, I have to understand that young Muslim men that maybe are not wise yet, they think it's okay to use these words describing and talking about women. Well, unfortunately, it's not, bruv, because they're my women. Okay, they're your women if you're a real man. We have to defend them. Okay, so that's the first problem. The second problem is you can marry who you please. If you don't want to marry a divorced woman, no problem, don't marry her. If you don't want to marry someone with kids to take on kids, no problem, don't marry her. It's your choice. But my whole thing was every case has to be an individual study. You have to look at each person, each man, each woman individually. That's it. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying to marry or not to marry, but to give out generic advice telling people not to marry them, excuse me, and to, we have to hold these women to account and things like, who do you think you are giving out this type of advice into the world? Where do you get the balls to do that? To give out this generic advice and write off, many, many good people just because you've said so. So these are my 2 main points. The language that you use to talk about women, anyway, and this generic advice that you give instead of putting, sort of conditions on it and saying, looking at each case individually. That's it. That's my point. Like I said, I don't do green pills and red pills. I don't do that rubbish, bruv. I don't do that. I do the Quran and Sunnah to the best of my weak ability and my humble ability, and that's it. I don't need pills. I don't need other theologies, either ideologies or praxologies or whatever flipping stuff you call it. I just need Islam. That's all I need. That's good enough. There's plenty. That's good enough. Allah said it's enough. It's enough. I don't have to look beyond it. You know what I mean? So people, rambled on a little bit longer than I would for a normal video. I'm very sorry about that. Now I'm done with it. I'm wiping my mouth. I'm finished with this whole thing. I've advised him. I don't owe him anything. I don't owe him any more advice. I don't owe anyone else any more advice. I don't advise people that listen to him while he's upon this. And that's it. That's it. I'm done. I'm out. And now I just want to carry on being positive. Carry on helping. Carry on building. Carry on helping to give dawah, helping to build bridges between communities. That's what I want to do, not this rubbish. This is so negative, and I feel negative. I feel like I need to wash. Literally, I feel like being involved in that, I feel dirty. That's the type of negativity that it sticks to you. You know what I mean? And I'd like someone to tell me what a simp is. I keep getting called a simp off these little guys on their wall, their little, typing insults in. Maybe they should come up and say to me, what is a simp? Let's see how far that gets a minute. People, I love you. Knowledge beats ignorance, love beats hate. Keep it positive. Peace.